and gentlemen, first leg is Gabriel to throw first. Game on.
A growing plethora of really improving dart players here in Deutschland, and right now Gabriel Clemens is doing things right this season, isn't he? Not just winning his tour card, but he's been winning some good games on the tour.
Certainly has. So far so good for the 34-year-old who not only qualified for the UK Open, but he was also a recent quarter-finalist in Milton Keynes, beat Chris Quantock and John Henderson, among others.
140.
Then eventually went down 6-2 against Chris Dobie. And so far this year, he's earned over £8,000 plus whatever he gets here as well. So it's been a successful
100.
few weeks for him since he secured his tour card.
Well, we're increasingly seeing that German flag next to names, not just on the European Tour, but on the Pro Tour.
Yeah.
The fact that they've had so many home nation qualifiers over the last few years, more opportunities for their guys to come through. They are starting to take it with both hands, and they are getting better. There was a time where the German qualifiers were easy to beat, but now that is not the case. And Clemens is great proof of that. I remember seeing him a couple of years ago playing in Sindelfingen, and he played all right. But since then, he's had a decent run in the World Masters, and he's just got better and better and better. And right now, he is a massive favourite to win this match. 18, misses that. He's disgusted with that. Because now he's gifted Junghans a free opportunity at this 141.
Yeah, it's a free hit this. It's on the Clemens throw, so anything he does pick up is a bonus. Treble 19 for the double 12. Junghans for a very unlikely steal.
29.
Almost took advantage of that free hit. The tops now for the big man. Back up top for double 5. That's a really good rescue, and that's a very good dart as well. Right in the middle of double 5. That's a confident dart from a confident dart player right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
59.
Clemens has a little bit of European Tour experience. You mentioned that performance in Sindelfingen at the European Darts Grand Prix a couple of years ago. He lost to Johnny Clayton.
139.
That one.
I remember that game. Johnny Clayton hit everything.
I think when he went into that tournament, it was only the qualifying program that he had the night before was only his third ever European Tour qualifying campaign. So it didn't take him long to get that first qualifying success under his belt. He went back to the European Darts Grand Prix last year as well, and also lost in the first round to Joe Mernon. So he's got something to address here, but he's going the right way about it with 180.
120.
Junghans almost doing likewise in response, but Clemens has a little bit of a cushion here now on the TJ throw, as he's known.
84.
Got to say that last one was a poor dart. Didn't want to leave 98, but his scoring ability, Clemens, is giving him opportunities.
100.
Steady visit from Junghans. But this 98, he's under threat. Well, he's 83. And that's okay, but he's got to rely on Junghans not hitting this 3-dot combo again. Not going to get a shot at a double this time, so Clemens will be back to potentially take out a 14-dot leg,
59.
improve his average, and take a 2-0 lead.
So 2 bites at double 16 for Clemens. The first one goes astray, and the second one is on the money. And Clemens leads 2-zip. Solid start for the tour card holder.
There's something very old school about the way that Gabriel Clemens throws. He's got that predominant little finger poking out. It's very much the way things were back in the 70s and 80s. A lot of players had that. Don't see it as much these days. If you look at the hand of Junghans, for instance, there's a cupping of the hand. All the fingers are together, but Clemens has got that predominant little finger, a la Doc 87 was low.
Oh.
And Bristow, I think it was 84.
140.
84, 85, something like that. I have to train my encyclopedic brain a little bit better when bringing up old school dart players, the great Dave Whitcomb.
100.
Again, the scoring ability of Clemens has got him in front. Doesn't have to go 20 ball here, so he can set it up nicely. 12 or 20.
98.
Back for double 16. This is clever darts.
Yeah, it's nicely done, isn't it? Just showing a little bit more about himself, isn't he, here than Junghans. Junghans hasn't really had the opportunity to
100.
produce any decent approach play so far. Clemens looking at 32 now for a finish and a 3-0 lead. That's some way inside, but he'll look at double 8 instead.
16.
Not totally convincing, but
This is doable. This 116 has to shift north.
too much.
Couldn't find that treble. I feel he's got to go left to go over the top of that dart. And Clemens shouldn't make a mistake this time. If he does, he may be punished.
Yep.
On the third leg, Gabriel.
Certainly wasn't going to let that one slip by him, and he's eased into a 3-0 lead. We talked about Martin Schindler losing to Junghans last night. Worth noting too that Clemens also had a couple of notable wins. Well, in fact, he had two 6-0 breezes to start things off against Holger Volker, the brilliantly named Holger Volker, and then
Sounds like a dance, doesn't it?
Batsold. And then Rene Idem 6-3 in the final round of qualifying.
125.
Remember that film Home Alone when John Candy's talking about Polka Polka? It sounds like
It's his
Holger Volker.
It's his half brother. Yeah.
Holger Volker doing the Polka Polka.
60.
Sorry, I interrupted you very rudely there,
No,
Rob.
that's absolutely fine.
He did breeze through his first two rounds, though, didn't he? 6-0, 6-0. That'll give you confidence.
57.
He's one of those German dart players as well that is the advocate of the wobbly point. Well, it definitely works for him.
140.
Martin Schindler had them last year, used them to a decent effect. But he's gone back to the non-flexible, the standard point now. Just felt like it was
99.
costing him a few shots. But Clemens switching to them last year, it's definitely working for him.
I was reading one of those pen picks on
58.
Thomas Junghans earlier today, just doing a little bit of research into somebody I don't know a great deal about, so I thought I'd do some homework. And one of the questions they asked him in this pen pick was, give us your 3 sporting heroes.
59.
Phil Taylor was one, fairly understandable. Michael Schumacher was the other, or one of the others. If you get the third, Paul, I'll be very impressed indeed. Let's just see what happens here.
103.
Clemens looking at 161. I'll give you till the end of this leg to have a think about this one. So Taylor, Schumacher, and another. If you get it, I'll be very, very impressed. I might even treat you to a cup of tea and a cake tomorrow if you do get it right. Tops for Junghans, by the way, just to get back to the matter in hand. Double 10 instead for TJ, and he gets a leg on the board.
Thomas Junghans. Mid leg is Gabriel to throw first.
I'm going to go for a German.
Okay.
How about Michael Stick?
Well, you're half right. It is somebody called Michael,
140.
but he's not German. Does the name Michael Edwards
It doesn't ring any bells.
ring any bells? It's the real name of Eddie the Eagle.
It's fantastic.
42.
Eddie the Eagle is one of his sporting heroes. Isn't good? Taylor Schumacher and Eddie the Eagle.
That's pretty impressive.
140.
Maybe
Spot-
just
spot the odd man out
he
there.
likes people who really just go for everything, and that's got to be admired, in my opinion.
81.
His favourite TV programme, PDC TV. Would you believe?
I'll endorse that. 100%.
180.
I'll endorse that 180 from Clemens as well, as he leaves 41 after 9. Is it any wonder he's 3-1 up with scoring like that?
Yeah, he's playing really well, actually. Clemens is streets ahead in this one, and Junghans is still on 3-1-8s. Double 16 again here for Clemens. It's looking fairly comfortable for him, isn't it?
Game on.
He looks like a dart player who is at ease with what he's doing. He enjoys throwing the darts he's got in his hand. He's comfortable with how he feels on stage. He's executing the game plan really well, and he's putting his opponent under pressure. Everything is going the way of Clemens right now.
60.
And even when he has a bad visit, it's a 60.
Yeah.
You got any more factoids about Thomas?
Yes, he's a mechanic by trade, so maybe he could have a little chat with James Wade, perhaps, who knows what he's doing when he looks under a bonnet as well.
James Wade definitely knows what he's talking about when it comes to cars.
And resident of Spreitenbach in Switzerland, doesn't live in Germany, lives in Switzerland. I'm pretty sure when he played in Munich, I'm pretty sure he was flying under the flag of Switzerland, and I can't be totally sure.
That happens a lot in darts, you know. People flying under different flags. Mike Langendorf, German qualifier.
Robert Marjanovic.
Paul Lim is a good one. He's played, when he hit his 9 darter, he was playing for the United States.
And he's done 3, hasn't he? Singapore, United States, and I'm pretty sure there's another one.
Hong Kong or China, maybe.
Oh, I'm going to have to look at this. Don't really want to take my eyes off Clemens at the moment, though, because he's, again, just scoring really, really well.
Probably Malaysia. Probably got more passports than Jason Bourne.
140.
That was something, wouldn't have Paul Lim on the Euro Tour. I'll have to have a word with him. 54 scored for Clemens. That leaves 40.
70.
Unlucky.
Ever so slightly unconventional, that shot. But Junghans, I feel, has got to take this. That leaves 48. This is the way I would go. All down the bottom of the board. He only just misses that. That was a very good effort.
40.
This 40, you feel, is just about to be extinguished. And it is. Very good stuff from Gabriel Clemens.
And another brutal reminder for Thomas Junghans there about the need to take his opportunities. Just another one that's escapes there. Has been snatched away from him. 5-1, but conceivably could be 3 apiece. But Clemens, I think, worthy, obviously, by the way he's played overall. Just looking at the averages, which we haven't done for some time in this one. Yeah, he's 97.78 at the moment. He's 15 points ahead of Junghans in that particular market right now. 5 from 12 on his checkouts. But the bulk of those misses have come when he's actually subsequently followed up anyway.
Tell you what, Rob, if he keeps playing like this through this season, he's going to find himself winning quite a bit of dosh. And he'll probably get himself in the European Championships. I see this guy troubling a lot of players this year. When you're around that 97, 98 average mark, you're going to cause bother for people. He's quite an intimidating fellow when you're next to him. He's a bit of a lump. He's a cuddly one at that. He's not an aggressive guy. Just gets up there and does his thing.
98.
Not a big celebrator. He's not flashy by any means at all. He just gets up there and does his thing. And he's going to wrap it up in this leg. You can just see it.
100.
Leaving 41, and he'll be back for potentially another sub-15 leg. And Junghans can do absolutely nothing to stop him.
139. Gabriel 41.
And here we go. Gabriel Clemens looking at 41. He's now looking at double 16. And it's a very, very comfortable passage into the second round for Gabriel Clemens, the scorecard holder. The solitary German through to the second round play on day 2 here at the European Darts Open in Leverkusen. Dare I say it? Junghans, there's no need to feel down. Junghans, pick yourself off the ground. A 6-1 loser today. Clemens advances to a meeting with Mervyn King tomorrow. Fairly comfortable indeed as well, you have to say. 2 matches still to come here in Leverkusen at the Ostermann Arena. We've got James Wade and Steve Beaton to round off the night, but before that, the 2-time world champion Adrian Lewis on stage next against Richie Edhouse. That's on the way in just a couple of minutes' time.
Passt irgendwie zum Gesamtbild, dass du hier diese Runde überstehst.
Ja, ich kann nicht klagen.
War das deine Zielsetzung, war das dein Plan? Hast du das erwartet, dass das so glatt laufen würde mit Tourcard, mit UK Open und jetzt auch hier mit dem Erfolg?
Nein, überhaupt nicht. Also Tourcard, das ist nur 128 Leuten überhaupt gegönnt. Da kann man nicht planen.
Was wirst du mit der Tourcard machen? Wie sehr versuchst du jetzt, dich wirklich da nach vorne zu spielen bei der PDC? Sind Gedanken mit Profi-Dasein vorhanden?
Ja, ich werde das als Halbprofi machen und ich werde alles spielen und Ziel ist nach 2 Jahren unter der ersten 64 zu sein.
Und Ziel für 2018 muss jetzt aber auch sein Elli Pelli, oder?
Ja, 2019.
Bei der WM 2019, ja, okay.
Anstand.
Ach so, du willst, okay, Schritt für Schritt. Nicht so hektisch werden. Mal sehen, was hier noch geht. Mervyn King ist morgen dein Gegner. Ich sage jetzt einfach mal machbar.
Ja, viel mehr Erfahrung kann man nicht haben wie Mervyn King. Also ein sehr schwerer Gegner.
Welchen Stellenwert hat eigentlich der Erfolg damals beim World Masters Halbfinale für dich? Ist gar nicht so lange her, ne? 2017?
Ja, Ende 2017 ist natürlich ein toller Erfolg. Und da habe ich ja auf der Bühne gespielt und das macht man nicht alle Tage als Deutscher. Und das hat mich auf jeden Fall viel weitergebracht.
Sehr schön. Freuen uns, dass wir dich morgen wiedersehen. Gabriel Clemens, er setzt sich hier durch gegen Thomas Junghans und geht